Hello, and welcome back to Everything But the Bagel podcast. I'm Carly,
I'm Michaela.
and today we have a very special guest with us.
Our first special guest on this podcast. Guys, say hi to Kimberlyn.
Hello.
Not you.
Oh,
Everybody
no.
else is saying hello.
Oh, no, they can't respond.
They can't
That was
respond.
her introduction to say hi.
That's okay.
Can y'all tell we didn't practice?
That's fine. I mean, hey, this is what... We're being
It's
real.
natural.
We're being open. We're being ourselves.
We're awkward.
I hate that.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we have a special guest, our first guest on the podcast, so that's exciting.
It is, and it has been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
I think our last podcast that was posted was way back in September.
Ooh. See, here's the thing. We actually recorded 2 in October. We just never edited them or posted them.
Part of that's my fault, but also now I can't really post it because it's really outdated information. So you guys aren't really missing out on much anyways.
Yeah, it's no longer relevant.
You're just missing us.
As you should. I mean, we're so important. I mean, we've had a few different, life updates, but I feel like that's for another podcast if you're interested. But for today's podcast.
For today's podcast,
we had an idea because one of the new things, being current now, some new movies came out. Spider-Man, anyone? Anyone? So Marvel.
so we're going to be talking about Marvel today. If you're not a Marvel fan, I'm sorry you don't have an interesting life.
Right.
No, but I mean, we were going to talk about Spider-Man, and I mean, it's going to be a lengthy topic, but also we can't just dive straight into Spider-Man.
Exactly.
We need something else to talk about for those people who don't like Marvel. It's kind of like an introductory topic. We all have a list of about 3 people.
4.
4.
4? Okay, yours is 4? Okay.
Hers is 4.
Mine's
4.
4.
Okay, a list of people who we think could have defeated Thanos. If you don't know who Thanos is,
You
I'm
live
sorry.
under a rock.
You do. Thanos was the main villain, antagonist, whatever, for the Infinity Saga in Marvel. So he was the big bad guy at the end of Infinity War and Endgame. So, who's going first? Who's the first person?
I think you should go first.
Okay.
I think we're just gonna jump around, right?
Can we
Okay.
use this picture?
We will post
Alright.
a great picture on Instagram
Oh my god.
for this episode. My first person that I think could have defeated Thanos, mind you, this person has no powers. None of the people on my list have powers. So, I'm going
It's
to have
just
to
for good
justify
fun.
it.
Also, wait, before
Just go
ow. Before you say it, I wanna specify. We have kept these a secret from each other. We have no idea what anyone's about to say, so y'all
Sounds
are
terrifying.
gonna literally
These
be
are-
getting our first impressions.
These are genuine reactions. So, here we go.
okay.
From the movie Encanto,
Oh.
I'm picking Abuela.
I think it's.
I think she could have defeated Thanos. Okay.
She was the worst
Emotionally,
character.
yeah,
Okay,
she
hold
would
on,
have defeated
hold on.
him.
Emotional damage.
Yes.
She gave Mirabelle self-esteem issues and emotional trauma. She could do the same to Thanos.
No, she would have dude. He was all ready to end it all, but he really
He would
would
have.
have.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
No, she was the worst.
No,
Alright,
they forgave her way too easily.
way too quickly. That they
In
should
the
have made the
most
movie longer.
disrespectful way.
Yeah.
I did not like her because they forgave her way too easily.
She left her out of the family photo.
And I
Would have
like,
cried.
I would have licked my fingers and just that candle the second they took that picture.
Great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it.
Yeah.
All right, Kimberlyn, who do you have first on your list?
Okay. I feel like mine's kind of like a duh one. Like, if someone said this, you're like, duh.
Yeah.
So, Harry Potter.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, okay,
easily.
so he survived through 8 films.
Avada Kedavra!
And I feel like he defeated, like, the ultimate villain. Like, they couldn't even...
If y'all please cut that out. I just absolutely can't.
Thanos!
I wish y'all could just see what she just did.
Oh my gosh. But he basically survived 8 films, and he defeated the ultimate
Somehow.
villain who didn't even have a name. He who could not be named. They couldn't even say his
Literally.
name.
He didn't even have a nose.
I mean, magic. I mean, I feel like that's just a very obvious one. Like, Harry
Yeah.
Potter, 100%.
To play off that, I think the Dursleys could have
Oh.
defeated Thanos.
Yeah, sat on him.
Harry Potter's aunt and uncle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
see, I've
terrible
only seen the
people.
movies once, and this was a couple months ago, so I'm still a little...
They could have defeated Thanos.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, who do you got, Michaela?
Okay,
I am not ready for
Me
you.
either. I feel like mine are just too, like, thought out, and I feel like ours is just gonna be...
No, okay, but, like, y'all hear me out. Ben 10.
Honestly, though,
But specifically, the red one with arms.
I have to say I did not like that show, and the only reason I know... the only reason
Oh,
I know
no, we
of
don't
it,
do-
my cousin and my brothers. That's the only reason.
We don't do slander here. Grandpa? Gwen?
I don't
Please,
know.
I don't even know who those people.
Gwen was like the red-haired, it was his cousin. She
I
was
just
like,
know
You're
he
saying
wears
a
a
lot
green-
of words, but they have no,
No
meaning.
meaning. I just know
y'all
the
are
green
so
jacket.
disrespectful. Ben 10 and the Omnitrix? You like none of
No.
No.
You
I
guys
know. All
suck.
he did was slap a watch.
Yeah, the
That's
watch.
right, he had to twist it. And,
We
my
used
brothers
to
literally
play
had
that.
a toy watch of it, and like the way I was like,
I
I
remember.
was scared to use it once, so I was like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want to be the beast.
No.
Like that was what?
I remember all the guys at school just going to the wrists. I
Oh
mean,
my
that's about it
gosh.
though.
Yeah, I had never watched that, but I know who you're talking about.
But like y'all are with me though, right?
No,
he
I-
absolutely,
okay.
I'm gonna agree
Yeah.
with it.
right?
I have an
He
idea.
destroyed Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Good.
All right.
Good.
See, mine are just not funny, y'all.
No.
They're so funny. I was
Oh,
thinking really
logical.
logical.
That one was good. My others, we'll see.
No. Mine aren't good at all. Okay. Oh, sorry. Got a text message.
She
Okay.
just wanted to show that she's popular. I promise she put that sound on and was like, she probably texted herself.
Material
Scheduled it.
girl.
Material girl.
Imperial girl.
No, that's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
The second one's a group.
Okay.
Right.
The Golden Girls. Hold on. Earth's mightiest grandmas. Please. Like, between Dorothy and Sophia's jokes, they would have made Thanos feel ashamed.
R.I.P. Betty White. I'm literally crying.
I just want to say I'm very upset about that.
Oh my gosh.
She was so close to turning 100. I was driving when I got
No,
that
I
notification.
wore... Okay,
Y'all, when we were watching the Spider-Man movie, something came up about the Golden Girls, and I literally go, Betty White's gonna outlive us all.
You
I'm
literally, I remember
so
you saying
sad.
that.
Like, I said it to you and your brother, and he,
Yeah.
dude,
you really jinxed it, didn't you?
it's my fault.
It is your
Oh,
fault.
oh my gosh, no. The day before it happened, I was listening to a song with Cameron. I won't name the song, but literally the song goes, R.I.P. Betty White, she ain't dead, but for when she died, because I know what's coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was the day, and I was listening to it with my brother the day before.
No, I think it was the tabloids that came out
traumatized.
with like her 100th birthday issue.
Oh yeah, what was it, the People
Weeks
magazine?
before she turned 100.
And then they came
Clearly.
out with another one of how she died right before, and I was like,
Yeah,
ah.
so messed up.
Way too much.
Very interesting. Okay, so my other person, even though I don't particularly like her all the time, is Elsa. Okay?
Okay.
So,
That's
I mean,
fair.
she built an ice castle with her hands within the amount of time it took her to sing the song, but not even the whole song, because, you know, she's doing her little dramatic thing beforehand.
Yeah.
She definitely, I mean, froze her sister's heart. She definitely could do
She
something.
could have done it.
She could have done it, 100%.
She's the fifth spirit.
Yeah.
She
She
could have
definitely
done
could
it.
have done
yeah,
She could have done it.
yeah.
She would have been like, Thanos, show yourself.
it. Yeah.
Grow into your power.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I don't like Frozen.
It's okay. It's okay that the second
I
movie is better than
respect
the
it.
first.
Yeah,
For what it was.
That is true.
That's
It's not my
that's fair,
favorite
that's fair.
film of Disney, but I respect it.
I think if
get
I
why
had
people
actually
loved
been a
it.
The
kid
music?
when it came out, I think I actually would have enjoyed it
Oh, as
more,
a child?
obviously.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. 100%.
Okay, so my next one, technically I'm putting them as a duo. I mean, they were in a team together, but I picked two from the team. It's not the full team, though the full team would have dominated. Anyways, Raven and Starfire from Teen Titans.
Okay.
Give me a better reaction. Y'all give me nothing.
I'm sorry I didn't
I
watch
didn't either.
Why am I here? What? Could you?
I've never seen it.
I'm sorry.
How did you not see?
I
Teen
watched things like SpongeBob.
Yeah,
That was about
I
it.
feel like
You know
I
what?
went with the
That
safe
says-
options because I was like, I don't know who they are. I'm sorry.
I know-
Starfire's got like the pink hair.
Okay, I know
And
who
Raven's
I know who
the,
Raven is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is my last time on this podcast.
Yes.
No.
Michaela's gonna kick me
She's
off.
absolutely not allowed to say anything else now.
Ooh.
No,
That's
I'm
right.
so upset though. I think
I
y'all
know.
would have actually really enjoyed Teen Titans. You would have enjoyed
She's talking
The-
to Kimberlyn,
yes.
by the way.
Kimberlyn, you would have enjoyed the romance between Starfire and Robin. You would have.
I love a romance.
No, you would have loved this one.
Oh, okay. I believe you.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm so upset.
I'm sorry.
I wanted a better reaction from you guys.
We both.
Sorry.
We were straight faced. I'm so sorry.
Are you
That
ready?
one hurt. Go on.
Sorry.
Give yours. You know what? I'm not gonna. You know what? Yeah, say yours. I'm gonna have no reaction. Show you how it feels. Hit me
I'm
with
pretty
it.
sure you're gonna have a reaction to my third one.
Hit me with it.
This is our last one, so we got an extra one.
Okay, and you have to wait for the whole explanation. Because again, this is the third person on my list with no powers.
Okay.
Okay.
Preminger from Barbie Princess and the Pauper. He
Not
has
Prem-
okay. First of all, he has a better catchphrase. I'm inevitable. No. It sounds dumb, stupid compared to how could I refuse? I mean, okay, get this. Okay, so they're both villains, right? But Preminger would take up the challenge because how could he refuse? I mean, the only reason Annalise wouldn't go for him is because he's old.
Yeah, that's why.
Yo, she has a full paragraph on her phone. I think she feels very strongly about this.
Preminger could have beaten him.
Yo, I just want to say that I have a locket with a picture of Preminger inside it, and it says Prince Boss. I just want y'all to know I wear that a lot.
The Barbie movies still hold up to this day.
No, they do.
Absolutely.
Some of them.
Some of them,
Because
obviously.
they started coming out with like newer ones after
all
like
the
the
original.
original, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
the originals.
100%.
If the animation's bad, the movie's good.
Yes, 100%.
If the pixels don't hurt your eyes, it's not Barbie. The animation was so bad.
It was,
please.
but it was still
no, but it was so
magical.
good as a kid.
Okay,
Loved
so I feel very strongly about this third one.
Okay.
I really think Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he killed children. No fear. No fear.
Clearly, you didn't
I mean,
care who
yeah,
killed.
you can argue Darth
Imperial
Vader.
girl.
Yeah, literally, you can.
Absolutely.
You could argue Darth Vader, but no, I'm talking about Anakin. Anakin would kill children.
He had like at that point his heart.
And he
was
has gray
turned
hair.
Like
to
movie 3.
Anybody with gray hair
Like
can kill
literally the
anyone.
movie where he killed the children.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
He choked his wife.
I saw it was like a meme on TikTok one time where it was like, would you kill all the women in the world for like $1 billion or something like that? And someone edited the 2 scenes from that movie where he's like, not just the women, but the children.
I think I saw
And
that.
I was like, I don't think I've ever cried laughing at a meme so hard. Like I was like I couldn't breathe.
Nice.
Not just the women. I was like, oh my! I didn't see it coming.
Okay, I'm
But yeah.
ready for your third. Because I
Okay.
would love to give you a reaction, but I have a feeling I won't be able to.
I feel like if your brother was here, he could give me a better reaction to this one. But Michael Myers,
Oh, 100%.
literally,
Especially after that last
he,
movie.
he won't die. He will
He
not
will
die.
not
He
die.
cannot die.
Yeah.
So and he doesn't care who he kills.
Okay, now
here's
don't
the thing.
jinx it.
No, here's the thing. Yes, he would have killed Thanos, but yes, he would have killed everyone else as well.
Oh,
but
yes.
that's not the point. The point of this is, could he have defeated him? And the
Yes.
answer, yes.
I wonder how they're gonna kill him in the third movie. I feel like it's gonna be so stupid because he's literally been beaten.
To be honest,
Shot
I feel
at.
like they're not gonna kill him. I
Yeah.
feel like literally
He's just gonna
it's-
go to retirement.
I feel like something. It's gonna be like. I would almost even say that they actually finally kill the final girl. You know,
Lori?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like they could even go that route because I feel like he can't die, and no matter what way they would try to kill him off, it would never
Because
justify
you know, 10
him.
years
It'd be
from
dumb.
now, they're gonna come out with another one.
Oh, you
10,
know
20
it,
years.
of course.
Yeah.
It'll somehow be like Michael Myers' son, and it's like, what? He didn't reproduce.
Revenging his dad.
Literally, like, no.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go again because Carly only did 3.
Yeah.
This one's like not that serious. It's more okay. It's from a different standpoint because obviously Thanos has like a team behind him. Like he's not that smart. Like, he's got all those people that follow him. So I feel like somebody that could, like, take the whole thing down, including Thanos, hear me out. Katniss Everdeen. She took down the entire Capitol.
You know, you got a point.
And I feel like I mean, I'm not saying physically maybe she could do it, but I feel like from a smart standpoint, you know? She could trick him or...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little controversial. It's not like my best one, but I was thinking about it and I was like, I feel like she maybe could.
I see it.
Because we all looked up to her. We all had those side braids at one point.
Okay, how many people
I know.
hold up 3 fingers
and kiss their... yep.
I forgot about that.
Literally, it's a nostalgic moment.
Oh
Can you believe that's nostalgic now? It came out 10 years ago.
I
this
definitely
year.
did that braid.
10 years?
10 years this year. Mm-hmm.
We're that old?
Yeah, we're
Weren't we in
ancient.
7th grade?
I remember
think
going
we
to like the
were.
midnight premiere. The DVD came out. I mean, are you kidding? I would never.
I remember
Why did I do
for
that?
Christmas. No, not Christmas. It was Black Friday. It was at Walmart. My brothers were trying to get. It was the second movie from
Catching
like
Fire.
the bin, and they had unwrapped it. There was a whole like mob of people. My twin brother Micah, he was crawling on the floor. He was between this person's legs and grabs the movie, and he goes, "Okay, I got it. Pull me out." And Cameron grabs his legs and pulls him, and Micah stands up and gets, and I do mean absolutely clotheslined by a lady no short of 400 pounds. Like this was a big girl, and she just absolutely took him out.
Oh no!
But I got the movie, so
That's all that matters. That's like one of the rare instances
So it was
where
worth
like,
it.
the sequel is
yeah.
just
But
as good
y'all
as the
want
first.
to know something funny?
Yeah.
That movie has never been opened. I watched it when it came out in theaters, but I have actually never seen those movies
Maybe
again.
hold on to it for like another 20 or 30 years when they come out with like an anniversary edition.
Like,
And then
edition.
be like, this is the original unopened.
This is the one where my brother got clotheslined.
Oh my
His
gosh.
blood is on it. No, I'm kidding.
So is
I-
President Snow's.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Literally.
I don't even know if I have the first movie. I think I might literally only own the second.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite. Like out of
I
the
never
3,
saw the last one.
like
There's
out of the
4.
3, even the books.
'Cause I saw
4.
3. I didn't see
Well,
4.
even out of the books and the movies, the second one is still my favorite.
Oh, I was,
Catching Fire is the
Fire.
best. I was like, yeah,
I
that's
thought
what I
you were
said.
reiterating the book as well, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Oh.
I was only able to read the first book because once my mom found out what they were about, she was like, children killing children? But then she took me to see the movie, so make that make sense. But
Well, they kind of dumbed down the movie, like they purposely
Oh,
made
yeah,
it because
yeah.
they easily could have made it like rated R, but they
oh,
made it
for
PG-13.
sure, I would actually love to see it more violent. Let's explore that.
The part where Peter was like, if it weren't for the baby.
Mic
That was
drop.
iconic.
That was so
That was
funny.
iconic.
That was so funny. Hear me out.
Oh no!
The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Sugar.
Spice.
And
Everything nice.
These were the ingredients.
Okay.
What did Thanos have?
Dun,
Gems?
dun, 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 dun.
No, absolutely.
Dun, 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 dun,
You know they're coming out with a live action movie of it.
Of what?
Powerpuff Girls.
What?
Hold on.
How do you do live action Powerpuff Girls?
Okay,
Who's playing them?
I don't know.
In addition
I
to
think
the
Dove
Powerpuff
Cameron's
Girls.
one of them.
They would.
Bubbles.
Wait, who?
Okay.
Wait, who?
Wait, which one's the blue one? What's her
Yeah,
name?
Bubbles.
Oh, is that Bubbles?
Wait, who's
Yeah.
playing Bubbles?
Dove
Dove
Cameron. They would do her. They only ever get like that girl or what's her
Mandy
face? The
some-
girl from like Letters to Juliet, who people want
Amanda
to.
Seyfried
Yeah.
or something.
I think
Or
she's
her.
a little too old now.
No, she would be, but I know people
No
still want her to
offense.
play Rapunzel if
No,
they do a live
Florence Pugh.
action.
Florence
Thank
Pugh. That's
Thank
phenomenal. She's got like the big eyes.
Yeah.
She would.
She's
and
got like a really, I guess, I wouldn't say like a cartoonish face, but like she has distinct features.
Yeah, and then maybe like Andrew Garfield, Eugene.
I could see that.
Good segue into our next topic. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so without giving any spoilers, what were your general thoughts about Spider-Man No Way Home?
I loved it. I cried multiple times, like of sadness and happiness. I think it's probably my favorite Spider-Man movie, just out of like nostalgic too. I feel like that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
Like, cause you know you have the classics, but it was just so like, if you've been a fan from the beginning, it was everything you could have wanted.
For me, it's like there's things I liked, there's things I didn't. But I do overall really, really like the movie.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think it's my favorite only because when I was little, there was something so, like, not just nostalgic, but just lovable about the first, like, original three. Because Spider-Man was always my favorite. And so, like, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man to me.
Like,
so,
that's who I grew up with.
I remember when the third movie was coming out, my brother specifically, to this day, they will still tell you they have never anticipated a movie more than that third movie coming out. Like, and then I think for some reason the first weekend it came out, we weren't able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers cried.
Aww.
I'm totally exposing them on here. Sorry, guys. But, like, and I don't even blame them. Like, I remember, because I wasn't, like, I loved Spider-Man, but I wasn't super into Marvel yet at that age. And I remember being, like, it was crazy seeing how attached they were. And, I don't know, it was crazy. But, like, Spider-Man has definitely always been my favorite.
Me too.
So, I feel like
I felt
there
a
was
lot of
something
closure.
so much different when I was younger versus, I mean, I still really, really like this movie. Spider-Man is obviously still my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say it's my favorite movie
Mm-hmm.
because there were, like I said, there were some things I didn't like.
Yeah. I just felt a lot of closure.
I think
not
that's
necessarily
that's
with,
a good overall word.
Yeah.
Like, I hope there's more.
Yeah.
I think there is. I think they did
other
confirm
ends,
that.
I felt very, a lot of closure.
And then here's where I'd say is a good point to say, spoilers ahead.
Yeah, I'm
So-
'Cause we
beating around the
obvious-
bush.
Yeah. Well, the movie's been out for over a month now at the time of this recording. And so if you haven't already seen the movie, I'm sorry. There's already a lot of spoilers online, so I don't really know how you would have avoided a lot of what we're going to say already. But if you still just want to save yourself from spoilers, you can just stop the podcast right now because this is our last topic of this episode. So, yeah.
Well, since we're doing spoilers, I have to say, obviously, Toby and Andrew were in it. Literally, I think I actually screamed, and I never scream in movies, but I think I actually screamed when...
I was hitting your arm. I was like,
yeah, you were.
Is that Andrew? Is that Andrew? Is that Andrew?
And we all saw it together, by the way.
First off, I absolutely, I teared up a little when it showed Andrew. The second it showed Toby, I was
sobbing the whole time.
And I do mean sobbing. Like, my shoulders were shaking. I think your brother even asked me if I was okay.
Oh. I had
but
tissues.
His reaction when they showed Andrew, your brother, like, sat forward and went, and then he goes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. But, you know, we were all crying.
I feel like I feel like being a Spider-Man fan, we are very fortunate to have had great Spider-Mans. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean?
That is true.
Like, I feel like there's been adaptations where not every single one people like, even if you have your opinions of who you like more, everyone still loves all of them collectively. So I feel like I said earlier about closure, like with Toby's, he kind of got cut. He was supposed to have a fourth movie, actually, but it didn't happen, and then The Amazing Spider-Man happened, so we didn't really know what kind of ended, so we kind of figured out, oh, like, he's still with MJ, like, he's doing good, like, you know, which was nice to hear as a big mega fan.
That was also a huge thing for me because that always broke me at the end of the third movie, not actually knowing what happened with them. And I was like, I always like to assume that, you know, they found their way back, they made up, they got together, but I didn't actually have that closure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and not only finding out that they were together, but that he was doing well. And I also loved the perspective of, like, yeah, he was old. He was going through it. His back was hurting. That was crack his back.
Yeah.
And I loved seeing, because here's the thing, with all three of the actors who played Spider-Man, people have always pointed out their personalities the most when it comes to who their favorite is. And I loved that when they were all together, they, I think, really played on the personalities that people pointed out, and it was so cool seeing them together because they're all Peter Parker, they're all Spider-Man.
It was weird,
but they were
like,
very different. And
I literally
loved
kept
it.
thinking, like, are they actually on my screen right now? Like, I literally was just like in awe.
And the fact that we literally kind of, in a way, got that meme of, like, the Spider-Man's pointing to us, like, oh, did he mean you?
Which was Andrew's idea, by the way.
I think it was amazing, though, that, like, especially with something as big as the MCU and Marvel having a lot of fans, with the fan base that big, and for a franchise to actually listen to its audience
Very rare.
was very satisfying.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many other like franchises there have been and people like fan cast, and I know you're not always able to like get who the fans want, but on a scale this large, I've never seen a franchise actually listen to its fans.
Yeah, 100%. I think my favorite part of the movie was when Andrew's Peter Parker catches MJ, because and his face, like he starts like he's gonna cry because like he actually saved her, like he couldn't save Gwen. That to me was that was closure enough for me for him. Like I felt so relieved just seeing that.
And then didn't MJ like literally ask him if he was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah. And he was already crying. It was beautifully done.
Okay, no, I literally saw a fan art that absolutely it made me sob.
Gwen's hand on his back.
Yeah. And she said, "I'm proud of you," and I'm about to cry. I have goosebumps. Like, that was
so good.
The fan, it was beautiful.
Speaking of Gwen,
Gwen dies.
No, oh my god. Emma Stone was supposed to be in this Spider-Man movie, but she couldn't because of COVID.
Wait, how would she have been in it?
I think it would have been before that happened.
I'm thinking they would have introduced Spider-Gwen in the actual like outside of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one. I think they would have kind of introduced it or maybe played on the idea a bit. It would have been interesting to see, but I think not to take this in like a mean way, but I think it would have messed up the chemistry between the three Spider-Men.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't do that because I feel like it really helped play into Aunt May dies, by the way. So just being blunt. So I feel like it played into Tom's Peter is losing her, and then Toby's was talking about his Uncle Ben, and then Andrew they were able to bring Gwen into it, which was really cool to just. I feel like it felt like it really was a continuation of their movies, I guess what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything too extra.
Yeah.
Like it was just enough, you know?
Also, one thing that I noticed in the movie, which I felt like was possibly either just a complete joke or like real foreshadowing for next movie, but when, is his name Electro? What's his name?
Baby? I don't know.
Oh, right, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. When he made a joke and was like, I was hoping, or I was thinking you were going to be black. Like, Spider-Man was black. And I thought that was funny because of the whole Miles Morales, how he is. And I was like, is that almost like a joke? Because, like, is that foreshadowing?
Well, there is a multiverse,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, is that, like, the whole... Because they obviously, I feel like, are going to bring him in later. Yeah. Or was that just a legit, just complete joke?
Are they going to keep
Miles? I took it as Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, no, me too.
Well, are they going to keep... So, are you saying... Like, is your question, like, are they going to keep Miles Morales as a character in, like, the animated movies?
No, that's not my question.
Oh, okay.
My question was, is that foreshadowing for them bringing Miles Morales into a future Tom Holland Spider-Man movie?
No, that's what I'm saying. Are they keeping Miles Morales as, like, an animated Into the Spider-Verse character, or are they going to actually cast, like, a physical person to play him in a future MCU film?
In the Spider-Man...
casting him in a future... Yeah.
In the Spider-Man video game, which I've played.
I have not, but my brother loved it.
So much fun. Peter meets Miles in college. And Tom Holland's Spider-Man's about to go to college, so they could.
That's going to be cool.
But they may want to keep it animated. I actually have never seen it.
Oh, it's really good.
I've heard great. I just honestly haven't gotten around to it.
The soundtrack, amazing. And I love
the
how
animation
it is.
style
The animation
is amazing.
Yeah,
that is one of my favorite animation styles I think I've ever seen. To this, like, I still love just... Obviously, this is going to sound dumb. I love watching the movie. But no, literally looking at, like, the movie.
Because you can pause at any point in the movie and it looks like a still from a comic book. It is so cool.
Yeah. I love it. And I love all the vibrant colors of it.
Yeah.
It's
literally a comic book brought to life.
It was beautifully
in the best
done.
way possible.
Beautifully done.
Yeah. So I guess, who are your favorite Spider-Mans? Like, what would you rank it? Respectfully, because they're all fantastic in their own being.
Carly.
Okay. So, I hate to say this, but as a kid, I didn't really grow up watching Spider-Man because I grew up with
Blasphemy.
I grew up with
I know,
older
I know,
sisters,
I know.
and they weren't really interested in stuff like that.
Sorry.
The closest thing
Love
I
you.
got to like watching superhero movies was X-Men.
Mhm.
Like they liked watching that, and I was cool with that.
I think you've even seen a couple of the X-Men movies with us, haven't you?
I think I saw one.
Yeah.
Was it Days of Future Past? I think.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways,
Yes, and-
so the first Spider-Man movie I ever saw was actually The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield,
That's crazy.
which was pretty good. I mean, I was a kid, so I didn't really have an opinion. I would just say it was good. And then
movie released on
and-
my birthday.
Did it?
Yeah. Either like I think it was either the day before or it was actually on my birthday. But I remember that me and my brother, we went and saw it on our birthday.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, during quarantine, I was able to find a way to watch all three of the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked it. The third one was my least favorite.
didn't
I didn't
really
really
like
like
it.
it.
The
It was
third one?
really cheesy and like I could tell Tobey Maguire was getting older, and I'm like, it's really hard for me to believe that he's portraying a
Yeah.
really young, naive
Here's the thing.
kid.
The third one is a complete guilty pleasure. Is it a good
It's
movie?
so funny.
No.
Not like.
But is it a good movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Have you heard
I love
Bully
it, but
Maguire?
it's bad. Yes.
People call him Bully
Bully
Maguire.
Maguire, yes.
So funny. So what's your ranking? Like, if you the best you can. It really is so hard. Like,
I don't really know because Tom Holland's first two Spider-Man movies weren't that bad. I just wouldn't say that they were great because the third one, something that I really enjoy watching in movies is character development and
Yeah.
how do the characters change from the beginning of the movie to the end.
yeah.
So as far as all the Spider-Man movies, I would say the one that showed the most character development would have to be Far From Home. Or wait, No Way Home. Sorry.
yeah.
No Way Home.
So what's your ranking?
I don't really have one. Like
Okay,
I don't
I'll give you a break for a
because
second.
it's I don't have that nostalgia
I'll
factor.
Yeah.
go if you don't want to go.
I'll go after you.
Okay. So I grew up actually watching Toby. Like my parents, my brothers, we've all always just watched it. So this movie was very like a nostalgic, and I say that's why I think it's my favorite, just because being a fan of all three of them, like genuinely a fan of all three, it really was like such a treat as like a huge fan.
Yeah.
I think my favorite all around, just talking about Spider-Man like in general, is Tom. But when it comes to like the actual film and villains, it would definitely be Toby because I mean, there's a
I
nostalgia
wholeheartedly
factor.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate putting Andrew last, and it's not because of him, because he is absolutely wonderful, and he
Phenomenal.
stole
actor.
every scene he was in, especially in this movie.
Oh,
Like he
yeah.
was so good. I just don't like his movies. Like I won't watch the second one. Like I refuse. I boycott the second one. I don't want to watch Gwen die. Like
I saw it once in
traumatizing.
theaters.
me
I've
too,
not
and
seen
I
it
have not
again.
seen it since then. Like
Yeah.
it's literally like his movies just weren't as good, but he really was like so fantastic.
Yeah.
So I would just have to say Tom, Toby, Andrew, but I really do love them all. But if we're like talking about by films, it would probably be Toby, Tom, Andrew.
Yeah.
That's probably where I put
And
it.
I know, like, when I say you, I'm talking about Kimberlyn, but like you and I have talked, like we've actually all of us, but we've talked about this before, where like I like fully agree and have the same opinion. Where obviously growing up, Toby was like the one I was used to. He's and I still say he is my favorite
Yeah.
now. But if you ask me who is the best Spider-Man, I'm gonna say
Say
Tom
Tom.
Holland, especially because I think not only
Well,
does
he's
he
the best
fit
Peter Parker
the
too.
yes, the age wise and just how he portrays it is so perfect to me. He definitely like I don't know, something about how he
He
pulls
has
off.
such an innocence
Yes.
about him, and especially in this new movie, seeing him kind of go to a darker place.
Yes.
Like you talk about character development, it was really like it was hard to watch because you're like no,
Yeah.
but like it really was like
So like
so good.
I would literally be like he is Spider-Man. Like
Yeah.
he is so
yeah,
good. Like
100%.
yes. So who do I think the best Spider-Man is? I would say Tom Holland, but my favorite is still Toby.
Toby, yeah.
His movies are still my favorite. So I would actually go I'm going to put Toby first
Yeah.
and then Tom Holland and then
No, I still
Andrew.
agree. mine's either Toby or Tom. I flip flop.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But it's nothing against Andrew because
No,
Andrew's
literally.
fantastic.
I don't even.
In everything
he
he's
didn't
in.
write the scripts, you know.
No.
Like he didn't
He's-
make the movies.
He's amazing. in
And I
everything
think
he's
he
in.
did. He was an amazing actor. Is an amazing actor.
He's phenomenal.
And I think for the Spider-Man part alone, he was amazing. Like even like the little
His
banter
movements.
he would
Oh,
do
no, yeah.
towards like, it's so funny. He was so comical.
I saw some things saying one thing that's different about him is his movement in the suit. A lot of times it's hard to tell what they're feeling because obviously they're in a complete suit. But his whole body expressions, like if he's mad, you can tell he's mad.
I never
Or,
even
like,
thought about that. That's good.
He's
That's good.
very good at that.
He's good with, I
Whereas,
don't want to say like
Tom's
body
eyes
acting.
move, but his didn't, you know?
Yeah.
So he's just all around so good.
I never noticed that though.
Mhm.
That's a good, yeah, I agree. That's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Like I never noticed that. That's funny.
Mhm.
Something that I wanted to bring up, because I've been thinking about this, because I think this is a close to another Spider-Man trilogy. Now, is it a close on Tom Holland's specific Spider-Man? No, because they did confirm that he was going to be back for
Thank
another 2 or
goodness.
3 movies.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yes, because it is so good. But I think that how do you change, or how do you bring fresh ideas to a franchise that was already rebooted? Like,
That's
how
fair.
did you
He
do
will be
that?
the first
So-
Spider-Man to hit 4 movies.
Yes,
That
he
is
will.
true.
Wow, that's funny.
Well deserved.
That, yeah.
So-
yeah.
Especially with that ending.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no,
Oh, no,
I was
please.
done. That was it, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
But how do you bring something fresh? Because with Toby and Andrew's Spider-Man, you've already seen twice Uncle Ben die and Aunt May raising Peter Parker. So what do you bring new? And I like how we didn't have an Uncle Ben. Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of it, and I've seen a lot of people say, oh,
They were
I think
complaining about it.
I think Tony Stark was kind of like his Uncle Ben, and losing Tony
He
Stark
dies too, by the
because okay, Tony Stark was
R.I.P.
more than just some guy that he was on the Avengers with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a mentor to him professionally because they were both into science and tech and everything.
Yeah.
But also, like, he really did look up to him. Like, that was
That
his
was a big
hero.
thing in Far From Home, like where Happy looks at him when he's building his suit before he goes to London, and he kind of it's a nod to like the first Iron Man, like, you know. So he was definitely a big part
Yeah.
of his life.
I remember when the first Tom Holland one came out, something that my brother Micah said afterwards was that he was actually glad that this movie chose to go the route they did with not showing the Uncle Ben. Now, we didn't know if it was for the whole, because obviously we had no idea that in the future movies, Tony Stark was going to die or that Aunt May was going to die. So we didn't know that they were even possibly setting up for something like that. But I remember his reasoning for liking that they went this route is he was like, we've already seen Uncle Ben die in 2 different movies. This focused on a completely different route. Like, we've already been down that road.
Yeah.
This focused on it, more so focused on him, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the first movie, what he's going through, but you know,
Yeah.
and stuff. And it almost felt like more personal in a way because it's like, well, if it's a third Spider-Man movie, we have to go through the whole trauma
Story
of
again.
the fight, and then it's like we've already seen
And
it.
that's kind of like what I'm trying to figure out what my point was, which was this. It's just that this whole trilogy is basically the backstory for this Spider-Man. Because
Yeah.
something that in Tobey and Andrew's Spider-Man, the first movie was all about Uncle Ben dying and growing up. But I like how Tom's maturity was stretched out over 3 movies.
Yeah.
Because maturity just doesn't happen like, okay, Uncle Ben died. Now I'm a man. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Sort of like that. But Tom's already experienced, like Tom Holland, Spider-Man,
Right.
has already experienced so much loss by the time of the 3rd movie. Even before Aunt May dies.
Yeah.
Right, because
A
you
lot
have to
of-
factor in the
A
other
lot of
Marvel
loss.
films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of loss, a lot of disappointment between Tony Stark dying, between Mysterio revealing his identity, between, I mean, besides Aunt May dying, now nobody knows who Spider-Man is. So he's already experienced a lot of loss. And I kind of like how they played along the home.
Yeah.
Because that was...
Now he doesn't have a home.
Now, yeah. That was his home.
Yeah.
That was what was close to him. That was the people he loved.
Yeah.
And where he lived and everything.
Right.
So now I hope they named it something else other than the whole
I think they will.
home thing, but I really like that.
No, I agree. And I really hope that MJ, Zendaya, and Ned, I think his name's Jacob, I hope they're in the next movies because they don't remember Spider-Man. But I feel like, I don't know, a part of me is like maybe they won't because he'll be going to college, he can live a new life. I don't know, but I really hope they come back.
I don't think it would be in my opinion, it kind of wouldn't be the same because I
wouldn't,
think
but
they
I just love the characters.
I just hate when movies in general set up for so much and then like actors don't come back and then they can't develop what could have been.
Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe if anything, if they're not in like the next one, maybe like we'll just get a little nod to whenever they do decide to end it, and like we'll just know, okay, they'll eventually remember him, like or we'll be friends with him again
also,
or something.
One thing that I thought of, okay, so you know how throughout this movie that they kept making jokes and kind of like slight nods towards Ned, and how like
he has powers,
him being but him also becoming evil.
Oh, I hope not. Oh my gosh,
I
hope not.
But listen, he doesn't remember Spider-Man or Peter Parker. So the likelihood of that now becoming he could now be evil because now who's his best friend? Who's to say he's good?
Someone said they don't even remember the handshake and I was like, that hurts because their handshake is iconic.
And then I heard someone mention how they thought that like, oh, Ned could be the next
Harry Osborn.
Not necessarily, but like the Hobgoblin. And I was like, huh. I don't know if that's who they're setting him up to be, because
I hope not.
I think they should go with something new.
Yeah. But I was like, I feel like the likelihood of them trying to set up that he could be a villain, because he has, who's to say he's good without Peter being in his life? I don't know.
I feel like
that's interesting.
This is the one movie I'm most nervous to see where they go to for his movies. Because you kind of had an idea a little bit. Like at the end of Far From Home, they're like, oh, his identity gets revealed. So you're like, oh, like while we were waiting for No Way Home, we were thinking along those lines. Like, what's going to happen? Well, at the end of this one, no one remembers him. So he kind of has a clean slate because they show him he's got his apartment.
Yeah.
He's by himself. So the world is his oyster, literally. Like, there's endless possibilities. So I have no idea where they're taking it, which makes me nervous because a part of me loved the ending of this one because, like, it was so good, but another part of me is like, I need a little bit more just because I love watching Tom Holland play Spider-Man.
Also, speaking of, was it just me, or did his apartment literally remind you of the Tobey Maguire one? And I was like...
He even had little radio thing. Like
and I was like, oh my gosh.
He had to make his own suit.
Yeah.
Because someone said because the Iron Man's equipment doesn't remember him. That's why he doesn't have his old suits. Yeah. Ooh. Doesn't that hurt?
Yes, but no, because I hate his suit. I like the memories for it because Tony Stark, but I'm sorry, so and that's that before any of the other movies came out. Just speaking of when the first one came out, that was the biggest thing that I remember I used to tell my brothers was I hate his suit. I hate all the tech to it. I was like, why are they trying to act like it's all now futuristic Spider-Man? I hated it. I was like, no, that's not Spider-Man. Not my Spider-Man.
Iron Spider.
Not my Spider. Nope.
I don't know. That was something that was nice to be different. It was
something new, and I know that a lot of people like just.
He looked
my
good
opinion,
doing
I didn't. Oh well,
that's part of the reason too.
But also, if y'all keep hearing the sound, I'm hitting the couch. I'm sorry.
She's very passionate.
No, literally. But yeah. So that was just my opinion. But okay, one small little rant because this is getting long. But one thing that I felt like, because like I said, there was things that I liked, there was things I didn't like about this movie. I'm going to be honest, the biggest thing that I didn't like, because to me, it does not make sense. Okay, what is Spider-Man's main goal? What does he do?
Save New York City.
Yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
From what?
The crime, the bad guys.
So, why is it different when all these villains from a different universe were pulled in, where all of a sudden he was like, let's give him a second chance. Let's try to... What was that? Because, and also, if I were Toby and Andrew, I would have smacked this kid across the face. I'd be like, we already handled this, and you what?
Yeah.
Respectfully, to me, it didn't make sense. Like, I get that, yes, Spider-Man's good. There's no question about that. This was not a question of morality. Mm-hmm. But this did not make sense. And Aunt May rooting for being like, yeah, this is not you, Peter.
I think if it wasn't like Spider-Man's villains, like he knew they were from other Spider-Man's times. I feel like if it had nothing to do with other Spider-Mans, it would have been different. But because they were like, oh, it's the multiverse, they're more of me.
But to me, that's even more so because it's like you have no idea what they have done in other universes. You know, like you've lost people in your life, like, you know, Tony Stark. That like you've lost people. You have no idea who they've taken from other people. It's like you don't know what they've done. You don't know. So for him to try to be like, well, I'm going to give them a second chance, respectfully, not your place.
Yeah.
Not your Spider-Man. That was you're not. What I didn't like that, and to me that like didn't make sense because I was like, you don't give your villains a second chance? Why?
Yeah.
Because this isn't about second chances.
Yeah.
You think you give them a second chance? They're like, yeah, I'm suddenly good. What? That doesn't happen. I was like, what?
I mean, I can forgive it. Like I told you, that and just watching them through together was enough for me. Like I wish it was longer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it was so good. My favorite part when it comes to, like, just funny things, when they're like, oh, like, we're confused with each other. And so then Andrew Garfield was like, okay, Peter 3, like, which I feel like was kind of a nod.
And then how they got the numbers messed up.
Yeah, and I feel like it was kind of a nod to him being, like, people's least favorite.
Literally.
Like, we kind of talked
about. And then
about.
because of how, when they got the numbers messed up and it was switching, I felt like that was also a nod to how everyone's favorite is different. I thought that was so... But I feel like Toby was always number one, and I'm just going to say that.
Well, Tom was
I don't think his number got... Oh, was he?
Tom was number one, and then Toby was 2.
That's so funny to me, though.
And then that was so funny with the web shooters, too. Like, they just come out of your wrist, like, what? So I feel like they just did a really well done job with the script,
I loved the chemistry between them. I loved their little therapy session. I
would sell all of my things to have a full movie of all 3
I would
together.
sell my brothers.
Me too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yes, our brother's gone.
Collectively, maybe they'll do it.
I was in the Avengers.
Maybe.
I was in the Avengers. Great.
What is that?
A band?
Oh my gosh. Or I want to fight an alien. And he's like, I want to go back to the part where you fought alien in space. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my gosh,
so
dude.
So good.
But I'm glad that
Movie of the year.
Finally, like...
Really?
I'm glad that they did bring it together because... Another franchise that has been rebooted way too many times is Batman.
Agreed.
Batman's iconic. I love the movies. Batman's my favorite superhero. But they've, like...
There's so many. I
they
can't keep up with it.
I can't even name all the people who played Batman.
Literally beaten a dead horse by this point.
Yeah.
Because
they have absolutely stomped and beaten that horse.
Okay, since the 80s... You've had Michael Keaton, you've had Christian Bale, you've had Ben Affleck, and now you're about to have Robert Pattinson. That is for Batman.
Also, I saw something, I think my brother posted it, but I saw something where they were saying how this Batman they're considering more of like a horror.
I'm excited.
And let me just say,
I
am so excited.
I love Batman.
He looks so good. I'm so ready for it.
I just want to see Edward Cullen.
Literally.
Maybe he'll sparkle.
Also, I heard
this
another
is the
thing.
Skin of a Killer Catwoman.
Yeah.
I heard another thing though, that he was refusing to work out for the film, and they were like, "You're Batman.
You have to be
respectfully.
You have no
that's
superpowers."
He was like, "No."
Well,
that's
no,
so
but
funny
like,
to me.
Oh my god,
that's like the
said
whole point.
No.
Okay, he's basically, in essence, he's basically DC's Iron Man.
Yeah,
because Iron Man also has 0 powers. It's all the suit and the tech.
I love how we went from Marvel to DC. We totally jumped.
Well,
ship,
no,
guys.
I'm just saying.
No,
like,
but no, I'm talking
DC's,
about like
DC's been. I mean,
to add on what you said, it's kind of off topic, but where you said that he refused to work out.
Yeah,
he's always been very strong-headed when it comes to like his roles or whatever. They told him one time when he was, I saw this and I thought it was so funny, when he was filming Twilight, that they told him he was being too broody, like he just wasn't like smiling enough or whatever. So they like highlighted in the book, they gave it to him of all the times that Edward smiles, and he handed the book back of all the times that like Edward was like very broody, and it was way more. So then they had to like come up with a compromise.
The fact that he actually took the time
he did that
to look through it.
Amazing.
He actually had to to me that's actually so funny.
I
And
wonder,
so in character.
Like,
Yeah,
I just
love
don't
it.
know him as an actor or a person because, like, I don't see very many interviews of him. I wonder if he's hard to work with.
A lot of people like him. I've never heard a
he-
bad thing about him.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't.
Quite the
He's-
opposite.
his-
I've always heard good things.
His laugh in interviews is just so, like, especially when he does the Twilight interviews, because you know that he hates them. It's so funny.
He's so open about it's so funny,
Yeah.
dude. He's hilarious, and I feel like he has such a contagious like energy.
He
He's
does.
so like fun.
It
to
brings
watch.
out the attractiveness, 100%. Like,
Oh,
I don't think
oh,
he's like
for
the most,
sure.
but it's the personality, 100%.
This has been an episode of Everything But the Bagel podcast.
We hope you guys enjoyed because it's been a minute. I have missed doing this podcast.
I have too.
I have a feeling I'll be back.
Yes,
You
we're
might
gonna bring
be.
you back.
Oh,
If we liked you.
okay.
Mm,
I
so
may not like
it's up
myself.
for debate. No,
The
I never do. It's okay.
the board of directors, aka me and Michaela, will have to have a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's up for debate.
Okay.
It's not looking good, but we'll let you know.
Okay.
If you have made it this far in the podcast,
Congrats.
Bless
you get
you.
nothing, but
it has been very educational, I guess. Maybe not for us, but for you.
for you guys.
Comment.
I was gonna say I'd personally love to see some opinions though.
Oh yes,
Comment
please.
your first off. If you're this far, comment not just we'll give an emoji, but comment your favorite Spider-Man, not
Yeah.
movie, but like just Spider-Man
And comment a spider emoji
and a man.
and a man, or any combination.
Or a web. I think there's web emojis.
Ooh yeah.
Go web.
Fly.
Fly.
Up and
Away
away
web.
web. Kazam.
Oh goodness. Well,
Good times.
maybe
So-
if y'all have me back, we forgot to talk about how we know each other.
Well,
always
that's
a
in our
good-
next podcast.
That's
Right.
trust me, it's worth it because I don't remember. They can
Yeah.
refresh me.
If
you
y'all will
know,
understand
you will
that
know,
joke
yeah.
later.
All right. Follow us on Instagram at EBTB_podcast to comment that emoji on our latest post about this episode.
Are we gonna? What are we gonna put?
That's it.
Ooh, I was gonna say, what are we gonna post for it?
I don't know. That picture of Thanos.
Right.
Michaela with the Thanos mask and the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm so sorry for y'all having to witness that picture. but
Also
yeah.
known as Walmart Thanos.
Oh
No, I'm great value Thanos at its finest.
I don't know. I think you're a Chanel Thanos.
A Chanel Thanos.
Oh,
She doesn't deserve that.
Oh. Michaela's gonna want me back.
Right?
Help you from.
I'll bring
Beat
her
me
back.
there.
It can just be us.
I wouldn't know how to work this tag.
Who's gonna edit it?
Yeah, literally.
I'm the one with the gear.